Good morning from Fawnskin, California. We're at high elevation in the mountains behind Big Bear, and welcome to the Tread Agency Traction Series Overlanding Summit. This event has been 6 months in the planning, and we're really excited to show you what we've put together. The entire concept of this event is to get media and content creators and subject matter experts and brands, all of whom cover and report on the outdoor market and particularly the overlanding industry, together in nature to try these new products, learn some new things, and actually just build some relationships and sit around a campfire and have a good time and make some new friends and try and learn something and create really cool video and photo and content and really just get people excited about the overlanding experience, try all the different types of overlanding vehicles and camping type equipment that's on the market today, and hopefully go home having learned something and having had a really good time and hopefully making a few new friends.
So some of the products like Lance Camper, I had no idea that they were even trying to produce an overland camper. And it looks like it checks all the boxes and the build quality is really high. I think that having that type of awareness and integration amongst companies throughout the industry is significant because outside of trade shows, it really doesn't happen. And trade shows are, if anyone that works them, it's a grind and you don't really have a lot of time to just get to know somebody, from another company. So I think that's a big thing because once you know the person, then sometimes you generate interest in the product or what they do.
Yeah, it's funny, overlanding is a new term for something I say that we've always been doing, right? Overlanding is what we're calling it now. It's more specific, more nuanced. The vehicles are getting a little bit more extreme in certain ways, but really the experience is really what we're all after, right? And I think an event like this, it epitomizes that. It is connecting what has become called overlanding, which is just us having fun outside, and bringing together all the brands that want to support that.
I mean, all of the brands have done such a great job, I think, of explaining their products. And so that's been really fun to be a part of and actually experience it as another brand, because usually I'm stuck in a booth myself and not able to hear about other products. And I'm an enthusiast too. I want to learn this stuff. So it's been super fun for me.
So this is my first time at the Overland Summit, and so far it's been amazing. As you can see, great group of people behind me. The location couldn't be any more perfect. I mean, I love it up here anyway. I'm very fortunate I only live a couple of hours away, and to be able to come up here surrounded by a great group of people, seeing all of these amazing vehicles and products, it's only just beginning, but I'm loving every second of it.
It's pretty cool. The setup here is nice. The venue is awesome. We're from NorCal, so we're used to the high Sierras and pines and firs. So getting up here is like home, and it's a really cool format the way everything's put together. So we're really excited. We got in a little late, right as everything kind of kicked off yesterday. We had a couple other things we had to still finish buttoning up before we could get into it, but. Sitting around the campfire, getting to meet everybody last night was a lot of fun, and we're excited for the trail run today. So,
the trail run today is 22 miles, about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on our pace. All of the drivers at some point come see Jose. He has maps for everybody. The map will have GPS coordinates and a layout of where we're going. As we head out of here, we're gonna head out towards the gate, stop, do an air down at that point with Morphlate, and then make our way onto the trail.
I think the hill climb on White Mountain is going to get some people because it doesn't look like a lot until you're in the middle of it. And then it turns into oh my God, I got to go, I got to send it. Otherwise, you won't make it. You won't have enough steam to get to the top.
So on the trail run today, I think I'm most looking forward to just being out in nature and the views that you get up here. Obviously, Big Bear's already at 7,500 feet elevation, I think, and we're even higher up here. So once we get out of the forest and out into the open, we are just going to get the most spectacular views. And obviously, it's going to be fun seeing all the different vehicles that we've got here, how they handle the terrain. I'm going to be in my rig, but hopefully I'm going to get the opportunity to jump in something else and yeah, test out some of these absolute weapons that we've got here today.
We're stacked up after the hairpin, so just head that direction, you'll see us.
Fire was great. Like, we've done a couple stories on them and I have seen them, but I haven't really interacted with the product that much. We were driving up here and I was like, oh, it'd be great for tailgating, but will it really work on the trail? They proved their point. Yes, it will work on the trail. We were on the trail and then we stopped for lunch and they whipped them open and started cooking hot dogs and different stuff. The use case for it and the ability that it's more capable than you would think, just reading about it or seeing it on the back of a truck, you don't realize, oh no, this actually can go pretty much anywhere.
Yesterday, when we spent time on the trail talking about fire and first aid, that was fantastic.
First of all, we talk about stop. Okay, this is a big thing for me. If we can stop, take a breath, calm down, look at our environment. STOP stands for stop, think, observe, and plan. If we can remember those 4 things, we're already ahead of the ballgame.
Your subject matter expert, Steve Barron, that was out there, did a fantastic job, and I love that everybody that was here was very engaged, learned, and asked really relevant questions. It's those types of things that really make it enjoyable.
Just absolutely badass. We just did the gnarliest rock crawling I've ever done in my life. And the guy was just telling me, full throttle, full throttle.
That, you know, I had, my daughter Juniper was born 4 months ago. And I hadn't had my heart pumping since that birth experience like I did going up that hill with Mark. That was cool.
All right, again, good morning. We are Charles 411. What we do is we teach off-road driving. We take you from whatever level you're at in whatever vehicle you're in and take you up 2 or 3 levels. Part of that instruction too is we have a recovery class. So this is kind of a truncated, very truncated version of that, but you'll get the gist of what's available and what we do as far as teaching the recovery.
The vehicle recovery class this morning was awesome, especially for me not knowing a whole lot about off-roading. It was a really cool opportunity to learn from some really, really knowledgeable people. And they did warn us that they were gonna kind of pull us out and ask us questions. And I was a little bit scared because I have very little knowledge and I was standing there the whole time on my phone looking like I wasn't paying attention, but I was taking the most ridiculous notes. And I'm now like, I just soaked in so much knowledge. And so that was really, really informative and it was awesome to get to learn from them.
The biggest thing when you're out in the field is, you already do this when you go out off-roading, is check the weather every day. You know, is there a red flag warning? Are there going to be high winds? Is the humidity going to be really low? That's something you should already be checking when you're going out on off-roading. And up here, especially in Big Bear in the mountains, a day like this, Fire danger is relatively low, but as you saw when we were up on that ridge in the afternoon, it was hot and dry and windy on those ridge tops. So typically in the afternoon is the highest probability of a wildfire ignition just because fuels are most receptive.
SEMA is a wonderful brand experience for us. MPMC is a wonderful way to get your message across. I think this event, and it proved to be that event, that we were thinking that, you know, it was really a way to show media, journalists, influencers what your brand's all about when it's being used. So we put it through the paces here and had a wonderful experience kind of talking about all those things, all those features and benefits for your products that you typically aren't able to get across. For us, it's difficult for us to get that audience in one place, and it seems like you work so hard to get that audience throughout the year, through whether it's through different content, different types of communications, but here it's like your, cell phones barely work, so you actually get to talk to people, right? And you get to actually experience the product as in its element, right? What it's designed for.
OVR is really about getting out to locations like this, testing out products and field testing it, using it. And so the fact that Tread Agency was able to bring about companies that really exemplify these areas makes our job easier. Makes it really nice because we can come out, test out all these products, but also interact with the makers.
Day 3 of the Tread Agency Traction Series Overland Summit, and it couldn't have gone better. We're so thrilled and so thankful to all of our sponsors, to our media participants, to all of our friends in the industry and our subject matter experts who came out. We learned some really cool lessons. We talked about wildfires in the West. We talked about first aid out on the trail. We've learned about tire technology, battery technology, lighting technology, all the newest innovations in trailers, camping, rooftop tents. It's been a really cool experience. There's been a huge array of product on display here getting used by the people who actually make it. And to me, as someone who spent my entire life in the outdoors, it's really meaningful seeing that these brands like Hitchfire and Optima batteries and Rigid lighting and Lance Camper and Morphlate and Canyon Coolers and so many of our other sponsors, they're actually out here sleeping on the ground, sleeping on rooftop tents, sleeping in RVs, using their product, demoing it. They are real enthusiasts. And to me, that authenticity is just so cool. That's what makes our industry so great. So we're so appreciative for everyone who came out and participated. Hopefully they made new friends. Hopefully everyone was able to learn a couple new things, and we can't wait to do it again.
Stay walking. Hey guys.